Hi guys! Vechs here! And welcome to my Terraria playthrough. I think this is a great time for me to LP Terraria, as it's been a really long time since I last played the game. And also, later this year, there's a huge update coming out for Terraria called Journey's End. You guys know Terraria, it's this game. Well, ignore the wings. Where you go around, you got your little sword. Ah! I got that squirrel. Oh, it's a slime! Uh-oh, better watch out for that slime. Okay. Oh, there's a pot over here. Let's go get the pot. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I got a builder potion. Oh, it's a chest. There's a chest down here. Better go get the chest. Oh. Oh, I got an egglet and some torch, all that. I think most of my viewers, I think, have played Terraria. And I would wager most of you fell into the same category of player I did. Let me take you back and give you some history. According to Wikipedia, Terraria came out in 2011, the same year Minecraft was formally released, although Minecraft was in development from 2009, so Minecraft does predate Terraria. I think Terraria was formally released first, like hit 1.0 first. It doesn't really matter. People immediately compared Terraria with Minecraft, right? Because you spawn in, it's 2D, not 3D. You spawn in, there's some trees, you immediately start cutting down the trees, you make some torches. Like any game where you immediately cut down trees and make a torch, I think people are going to compare a bit to Minecraft. Although, at that point, the games diverge greatly. I think Terraria's got more of a solid objective. I always liked that about Terraria. I've always kind of wanted maybe a 3D Terraria, right? That'd be cool. But then again, Terraria is the type of like old school 2D game, right? Especially the bosses. The bosses are they really have that old 2D vibe. Especially if you're using ranged weapons, they really feel like some of the Contra bosses. Anyway, I think a lot of you guys have probably played Terraria when it first came out, and back in the days where the end game was like the meteor armor and the molten armor, and that was basically it. Terraria, to a lot of people, is you guys played it early in its release when there was no hard mode. Well, yeah, basically it. There's no hard mode. So it was basically like you went into the corruption, you smashed the shadow orbs, you got the stuff out of there, you fought the big worm boss, you fought the eye boss, you made the meteor armor, you got the space gun that went pew. What else did you do? You went down into the underworld and you mined that and got the molten stuff. And that was basically it, right? That was more or less the end of it. That was the content that was in the game. I did all that. I made a super hostile map for Terraria. It was called Hellspire Keep, right? And I didn't. It was very limited tools at the time, so I basically just made, used the background wall to make the biomes. And then people, at least me and my friends, my circle of people that I knew, including other YouTubers and stuff. We played Terraria, we did series on it and stuff. I made a map for it. And then we just kind of, I don't know, left it. I want to come back to it, because there has been an amazing amount of stuff added to it. And I tried to come back to it before, like, a few years ago, and I don't know why I couldn't get into it, but I've been really enjoying it. And so, basically I have another world, and I basically on that world have just gotten into hard mode and beat I think 2 of the hard mode bosses, and that's basically it. Which, in the grand scheme of things, is not that far. So I wanted to make a fresh world, but I didn't want to totally restart. Sorry for the bit of the misdirection at the start. You see me, and it's like, why is he in iron armor? No, I'm not in iron armor. I don't have a 10 short sword. So I'm going to use this stuff, and we are not going to go all the way back to square one. But I did bring some stuff with me. I want to make a world that's fairly neat and orderly and a little less sloppy than the the other worlds I've made so far. So this is going to be like the world, and I want to basically do everything, and I have a flamethrower, by the way. It makes me so happy, because I have a flamethrower in real life, if you didn't know, and I have a flamethrower in Terraria, and it kicks ass, and it gives me joy. So our first project is to build the NPC hotel, but I'm thinking of actually putting it down in the ground and not up. I'm not sure about that. I don't know if I want to build something like up in the sky or down into the ground. And I think the first thing I'm going to do before I build anywhere is to survey the world. So we know what kind of world we're actually working with. I think that'd be smart. So I've got my unicorn mount. Like I said, I've got some hard mode equipment. Okay, we're immediately hitting snow. Now, the cool thing about Terraria, and a huge difference from Minecraft, is you can take your same character to multiple worlds, which is awesome. So, if you get tired of a world, you can just go make a new one, and you can use like I've got this thing here that summons a piggy bank, and that's a second chest basically, and I've got the same thing here as I've got a safe. I've got a safe here. I could put the safe down and open the safe, and these are basically character-specific containers that I'm going to pick my safe back up. They're similar to the Minecraft Ender chest. Although, you know, I'm speaking as if like everybody's played Minecraft, but maybe people have played Terraria and not Minecraft, so that's, you know, that's a thing. I've got a spider pet summoned, my little spider, and this spider alone is enough to just kill everything on normal mode. I should probably mention the modes that Terraria has. So you can have a normal world and an expert world. It's basically a worldwide difficulty setting. But then, once you play that world, you can also have normal mode and hard mode. Does that make sense? So there's a world difficulty, and then beyond that, the world can switch modes based on if you beat certain boss. It's the wall of flesh down in the underworld. And I've made a medium world because I think large worlds are just too big. Oh, also, I should probably turn my light pet on. I've had him hidden. I was bamboozling you guys to make you think I was... so we're on the ocean. And I do have water walking boots. I'm just going to shoot flares as I go, I suppose. And get stuck. Amazing. Brighten up the nighttime here. So I was actually thinking of building, like, behind the dungeon even. Like, building on this... one of the sides of the world, and not in the middle for once. Because I always, you know, always build in the center of the world, right? And, I don't know, I just wanted to do a change. Well, it makes traveling around more convenient, I suppose. But, here's the cool thing. Are they in my piggy bank? Yeah, they're right there. I brought some teleporters with me. So I can put down some teleporters and get those wired up. That'll make getting around way, way easier. Although before you do that, you do have to run a wire to wherever the destination is. So that's probably a good use for a sky bridge, I would say. Yeah, as I run past, when you just start the game, the world does feel really big. But now it feels like I'm running past like these really fast because I have this like super mount. But the issue is like when you make a large size world, it takes so long to get underground. Like if you make like a mine shaft all the way down to the underworld, there's a friggin' tree in my way. Okay. Go. If you make a shaft straight down all the way to the underworld, and you jump down, like in Minecraft, if you fall from like the map ceiling to the map floor, If you make a world that's got nothing but void, and then you just put some bedrock at the very bottom at like 0, it doesn't really take very long to fall. Like, you fall, I don't know. It'll be less than 10 seconds, let's put it that way. But in Terraria, like falling from the surface all the way down to the underworld in a large-sized world, it takes a long time. It's like 30 seconds or something silly. 40 seconds of just like falling. It's a bit nuts. This is medium, and all the distance I've just traveled from here, from the spawn, it's about that, but straight down. You know, at some point I should go make a large world and buy a bunch of TNT and quickly blow out a hole, and then actually time it. Remind me to do that at some point. Although I've spent like all my money recently, so I've got no money. I need to make a grinder. So it's let's have a look at the map. What's going on? My spider's fallen into the ocean and has opinions about what lives down there, apparently. So it's ocean, corruption, more corruption, desert, temperate, jungle. Jungle's right there. Desert, little patches of temperate, which is kind of strange. More desert. Big temperate there with a big tree. There's the frozen world, more desert. Yeah, it's always felt really big, but when looking at it like this, the biomes do feel a little small, don't they? And yet, to run from one side of the world to the other, it takes a while. Isn't that a little strange? It feels like too small and too large at the same time. Isn't that weird? I wonder if there's a word for that. I definitely like this left side more than the right, because I guess where the dungeon is too. And I can easily move the biomes around, and you can make the thing is that you can make your own biomes, right? So it's not really an issue. All right, we can quickly get back to the spawn area with a recall. Let's check out the what's in here. Oh, 9 melee damage, slow speed, amazing. Let's head back. Whee! Alright, so I think I do want to live... I'm going to try something different. I'm going to live over here behind the dungeon. I just really like this area over here. I will need to set my bed, though. Because if I don't set my bed when I recall, I'm going to end up going, like, back to the spawn. I wanted to live right here in this temperate area by the beach, but then I realized there's just giant desert area right next to it. And... I don't know if I like the desert background or the music. And then the next temperate zone is like right here, and it's actually not that big. And it's immediately desert again. Although I guess I could convert it, huh? That would be a project. I do like my dungeon color though. I think we can go without the tin ore. Actually, could probably stack stuff into a piggy bank here. Quick stack. Ah! Minecraft needs this feature, the quick stack feature. It's so good. As far as the biomes go, I'm pretty sure I can convert the biomes with like late game technology. All right, so I'm gonna want an ocean farm, I think, as one of my like first things. I like the idea of being next to the ocean, so I guess I'll do my original plan of settling in this like little area here. Now, ooh, we are really close to the edge of the map, aren't we? Maybe I do want to settle more right here. Where's the edge? It'll become desert right there. So like the edge of the biome is like right there. Let's put a marker. Yep. Okay. So that's where it stops. So this is going to be our base. Now it's time for some terraforming. There are times in a man's life when he realizes he fucked up. And I may have made a miscalculation with my provisions on account of me not having an axe. I'm used to having what's called a ham axe. You guys know, if you've played Terraria, that meteor ham axe, you make it out of the meteor bars. It's a hammer and an axe. Well, I've got this thing that you need to break the altars so you can do stuff in hard mode, right? But it does not chop down trees. Yeah, I've got no way to chop wood. But fear not, for I have thought of a solution to this problem. I have TNT, or dynamite in this case, and, well, I'm gonna chop down trees with dynamite. Oh, I found the fisher dude. He was on the beach sleeping, so that's cool. I'm just gonna do a little bit of terraforming with dynamite. We just, you know, Terraria is a cool game. It's pretty realistic, whereas if you have a problem, you can solve it by throwing explosives at it. Which I like. That speaks to me. Now I've got wood. Giggity. So, I'm gonna have to, like, fill this in, though. I would like to make, like, a neat, flat, thing going from, like, here to the dungeon. I'm not sure what height that is. I need to go over there and see, so I can, like, make it line up. We're doing, like, world-scale terraforming already, and I don't even have a base yet. Let's run back over to the dungeon. Okay, cool. So I'd like to get it in line with, like, the dungeon floor here. Now, I've got this stone slab, and the stone slab makes a pretty good... So there we go. That's in line with the dungeon. So if I just run this, like, across the world... And then the tree's in the way. That is amazing. Thank you, tree. Thank you. All right, let's do some forestry management here with dynamite. Amazing. Excellent. And hey, it's giving me, you know, other building materials. So this is good. Now I'm just going to run this out with stone slabs. And this will take about 5 years, so that's good. All right, so I'm just gonna do this real quick. I will make our, like, the dungeon entrance will mark the end of our, like, claimed territory. We're just gonna claim this whole area, and this is going to be like our city, if you will. That was zombie number 50, by the way, because as soon as I started doing this. It's a blood moon, and that means increased enemy spawns and special types of enemies, so that's cool. Now, thankfully, this would actually be, if you were a brand new character, this would actually be quite dangerous to just be out here at nighttime during a blood moon, just derping along with some sort of building project. But at least it's lively, and it's I'm getting some money, which I'm gonna need to buy more explosives. Because apparently that's how we chop down trees, is just, you know, with explosives. I am a brilliant man who has amazing plans. I did bring a builder's potion, so I had the foresight to do that at least, which makes you place blocks faster and you have better block placement range. So that's pretty useful. So basically on this world I want to, like, I might go watch some tutorials and stuff, and I'd like to try to... You guys remember my series, Understanding Factorio? I kind of want to do something like that, where I make sure to, like, fully explore the game and its mechanics. Maybe slow down a bit, you know, not turn on hard mode immediately, and, you know, set the world up before hard mode gets turned back on, so we can, you know, do stuff. There's a top hat. I just looked down there. There's a little top hat on the ground. Amazing. It's right. You don't see it. It's right there. Right. I just yesterday, before I started this LP series, I got this Mega Shark, and I spent like 2 platinum re-rolling it in the Forge to Unreal. and it's an amazing weapon. It is highly tasty. We're gonna get a lot of like spawns that are just spawn in these like little pockets I'm making. So at some point I want to go back and like maybe fill all this stuff up. That would be kind of cool. Anyway, I'll see you guys when I get to the finish over there. Okay, so we got the preliminary flat track put down all the way to, and it's on level with the dungeon. I was thinking of going through and doing a little limited fill like this, because the sand obeys gravity, right? And this is going to make it super easy to fill in like these little pockets like this. And I was going to do that like out to the point where I had double bricks. I didn't do double bricks all the way across. So yeah, there's a basic flat area manufactured. I guess I'll go ahead and fill this in and then start building a basic crafting area, and I probably want a storage area, although I should maybe put some thought into how big I want it, because apparently I run out of storage space faster than you think. So, one issue you'll run into when building a base in Terraria is the bosses. They all go through walls. Well, almost all of them. I think the Flying Dutchman doesn't, but anyway, the bosses mostly go through walls, and one thing you'll run into is if you build a typical NPC tower, which is basically a rope shaft in the middle, so you can quickly go up and down it, and then, or platforms you can jump up to. That was the old way before they added ropes to the game. And then you'd have NPC rooms on either side, and you basically make a basic tower, NPC hotel type deal. The issue with that, building above ground, is if you fight above ground, you'll end up with, well, the boss will sweep through and go right through the walls, and the boss basically ends up killing all of your NPCs. I had that happen fighting the Destroyer, for example, and hello, Harpies. And it looks like I'm out of bop. Well, I just hit the world ceiling anyway, so it doesn't really matter that much. I had that issue with the boss, and it basically just killed all my NPCs, and it's not that big of a deal, because they will come back. It's just like I needed one of them for something, and I was stuck waiting for him to respawn, so that was kind of dumb. I did not prefer that. Don't really want the starfish, or the feather, or the demon eye banner. Just fly up and then grab the rope and refresh my fly. So I made a rope ladder just straight up into the air to have a look around and to try to plan what I want to do here. I guess I could just explore the. Go ahead and reveal the terrain here. There we go. Now I don't have a big black spot on my map. That's kind of nice. And we'll go do the same thing at the over here. Oh, I need to reattach. I wish you could reattach with the like grappling hook onto a rope. That'd be kind of cool. But alas, you cannot. All right, so I've revealed the area. There's no islands. I was looking for islands. I thought maybe there would be. Typically, you can see them on a medium or especially small worlds. Small worlds, oh my god. If you need to find islands, you can grab some meteor shot, which is made from the meteor bar and some musket balls, and shoot it up in the air, and the meteor shot will bounce back down. The best thing to do is like with that is like any of the shotguns, like a boomstick. If you find a boomstick in the jungle biome, and then you can load it with meteor shot and shoot it in the air, and it makes finding the sky islands really easy because you can just look for the meteor shot to bounce back down. You can do the same thing with a water bolt. Water bolt is a spellbook weapon. You can find it in the dungeon. You can't go in the dungeon until you beat the Guardian, Skeletron Prime. But, or is he Prime? I don't think he is. Okay, so we got a nice, neat map reveal there that isn't blotchy, and it looks nice. Yeah, but the dungeon here, right there, you can go in the dungeon and like you'll be instantly killed if you go like past here-ish. But all these books, if you mine up these books, you have a chance of finding a water bolt. Water bolt is a really, when you get it, considering how early you can get it, it's an amazingly powerful magic spell type weapon. I would recommend, if you have any interest in magic in Terraria, you can get the Fallen Stars if you're starting early game, and keep making worlds and go find the dungeon and mine the books in the like lobby area of the dungeon until you get a water bolt, and then you're set. Like that's enough of a magic weapon to use for quite a while. I'm trying to specialize in ranged weapons. So I've got basically a minigun, a flamethrower, and a shotgun. This is my shotgun. It's pretty cool. Basically, they're early hard mode ranged weapon options. Alright, so I got my area established. I think what I'm going to do is go down. And I ran out of... I'm a ding-dong. I ran out of rope, and I don't think I've got any more rope on me. So I'm actually going to have to go reclaim some rope. So I'll do the main shaft right down here. And I think I'm going to put my NPC hotel down into the ground. Although, that's going to mean digging out more. But thankfully, I do have a ton of bombs and TNT I brought with me. Oh, hey! It opens up into a larger cave, and I'm not going to have to build, like... Let's throw some flares around here and reveal what we're working with. That loops back around. All right. Yeah, I can just bomb out these solid formations here and carve out a nice little pocket. That's pretty cool. Yeah, let's do that.